Welcome to today's video where we are here at Ebisu Circuit for this weekend's Spring Drift Mitsuri. Before we get into any drifting or car related content, I want to give you a full update of all the repairs that have been going underway here at Ebisu since the big earthquake. If you guys never saw that video, I'm going to throw it up here somewhere so you guys can go watch it and just see how devastating and how much damage the track sustained, and that way you kind of have something to compare it to, because there has been a lot of work done and can't wait to show you. So let's head inside and we'll show you everything that they've done. My tour vehicle of choice is of course my all-wheel drive turbo K-Van, Suzuki Every, with the nice TEs there. First place to check out is the Kurukuruland. So the Kurukuruland 2 is being used as a car park for all the staff and the people that are helping with the repairs. And I believe Kurukuruland 1 is still being used for sorting out stuff and machinery. Yeah, oh wow, look at all the concrete there. So they're not working today because everything's kind of getting ready and sorted out for Spring Drift Mitsuri. But you can really see, like, that's all the pieces of concrete and stuff that they had to dig up and separate. Man, this place has been really well cleaned out. And this is what's left of the tile walls that got completely buried in the landslide. Man, they've really cleaned this whole area up. That's kind of crazy. You can see here that this whole entire area was covered in dirt. All of it. They're still sorting out pieces of the building and stuff. They got crushed in the landslide. Kind of crazy. All right, so that's kind of, I guess, here down in Kurukuruland. Let's go up now to Nishi. Now, from what I've been told, Nishi shorts should be running. And you can see they've dug out the sides here. There literally used to be buildings and basements in there, so you can kind of see the concrete walls and whatnot. All taken out by the landslide. Some of that concrete down there now too. Let's have a look. So from my understanding is they would have demolished a fair few of the buildings and started cleaning all that up, but I'm not 100% sure because I have not been here yet. It's super windy out here, so hopefully you can hear me, but as you can see, a lot of work has taken place and this looks entirely different. All the buildings and pits that were here completely all been demolished now and cleared out. This is still the saddest sight. Hachiroku completely destroyed. This was Kumakuba-san's brother's car, I believe. Luckily the drivetrain should be okay though. Walking around here, you can kind of get a really good idea of just how much cleanup work they've been doing. And they've been smashing it. Wow. And it looks like the track's pretty good condition underneath the landslide. So if you don't remember, the landslide had filled in all this whole part of the track here. It was all smashed up against this wall. This whole wall actually has shifted over a bit. So the fact that they've cleared all of this dirt out is insane. The landslide was like pushed up against this wall so much, the actual wall's kind of bent like this. You can kind of see that there. That's crazy. They've cleared out so much dirt and it hasn't even been that much time. They're still planning to knock down these buildings, I believe, too, and rebuild this whole section. Up here is where a couple cars, actually, these cars never got hit by the landslide. They were on that side of the car park, but pretty much anything in this area completely covered in underground and soil. It's crazy, like if you look up there, like look at that. That's just mammoth. It's so big. And like, they've dug out so much soil from there, it's insane. Oh man. The crazy thing is like once they clear all this dirt out, like that's not the end of it. You know, they're gonna build concrete retainer walls and stuff like that to prevent that from happening again. So the job is far from complete. You can see they had to take out the wall here. But man, it's actually a good sight to see this all clear like this. Looks like they're gonna meet their deadline and they'll be able to use this for Formula Drift soon. Far out. Still blows my mind, and there's so much soil that's been cleared out. If you guys remember the first video, you know exactly how much work's been done. When we get the drone up, you're gonna really see the difference. Let's go down. I know Nishi Short's gonna be running for this Mitsuri, so I'm hyped about that. So let's go down and just have a quick look at that. But yeah, man, that's so good. You guys are helping make this all happen. That's so cool to be a part of something like this. So just down here to Nishi Short now. And it looks like they've already got the layout all set up with cones and everything, which is really good to see. Yeah, that looks awesome. They've even put the concrete blocks here. So they've set it up, I guess, so this is gonna be like entrance point maybe. Looks really good. Yeah. Oh man, they got concrete blocks up there now. So if someone spins out and goes up into that island, which happens a lot, they're gonna be hitting that stuff. Damn. This is gonna be fun though. Oh baby, who remembers the big crash I had right there? My first crash in the Chaser. Oh, I'm so hyped that Nishi Short's back up and running. Hell yeah, man. Nishi Short's my favorite. All right, now let's go check out up the top of the landslide all the way up there and show you what they've done. So we are currently here in Driftland, and as you can see, there's a bit of paint on the pavement, and that's because this is, for the foreseeable future, just gonna be a car park. Up here, no one's supposed to be parking, but as you can see, they've got this line of buses here, and that's mainly just like because of Mitsuri and stuff, and the safari park, when if people are parking here, they don't want people to really like see and walk over and look at this. Now, like I said, this is kind of hasn't really changed that much from up here, and this is something that won't really get worked on until all the soil is cleared. So all of this is they've done core samples and stuff to make sure that all of this area here is safe and safe for people to be on and park. Obviously, once you get to the edge over here, that's a different situation. But this is all gonna have to be fixed after all the soil and stuff is cleared out. And like I said, concrete retaining walls and stuff like that, and a whole bunch of special things to try and prevent this mountainside from caving any further in any future earthquakes and stuff like that. I don't want to get too close to the edge here, but yeah, once again, just from up here, you really get a good idea of just how insanely massive this was. Hopefully, once all the soil's cleared and dug out, we ought to get a nice concrete retaining wall in here and fill it all in and that kind of stuff, and maybe Driftland will be savable, but all of this under here is pretty messed up. So even if Driftland does only become a car park from here on in the future, I think it's okay, and I'm sure that you know, they'll work something out with the Kudu lands and stuff like that, or maybe build something else for winter seasons and stuff like that. Like, I'm sure they'll come up with a solution for during winter so people can still drive, because if you don't know that during winter, this is pretty much the only course you can drive on. But yeah, that's where it's at. Looking at the footage that the drone was capturing on my iPhone when I was flying it, you can really tell just how much soil and dirt they have shifted and moved from the landslide. Otherwise, like with other updates and stuff like that, they've been, you know, working in all the car parks and fixing all the service roads and stuff like that. Here in the front of the restaurant, you can see they've painted all the car park lines and everything. This is the new temporary toilet block here that they've built, because if you remember, the toilet block that used to be here, which was actually, I'm a little bit sad about, because this was the best toilet block in the entire facility. It had heated water, toilet seats and the washlet ones too. Now I don't really know where the same kind of toilets are, but that aside, that whole block is now demolished and gone, and they've filled that in and compacted it, and eventually they'll pave it as well. But yeah, as you can see, everything else has been kind of fixed. Any huge cracks or anything that opened up were filled, compacted, and then laid with some bitumen or whatever you call it, pavement, I don't know. But yeah, this whole section here that sunk and broke away has all been fixed and filled, compacted, and relayed as well. Yeah, lots of stuff. Anyways, I'm gonna now jump in the Chaser and we're gonna go do some driving. Ooh, she's looking fine. Let's go do some driving now. We've just arrived at North Course. We got the car all situated. Fustel's here talking to some customers right now. They've got some of their cars loaded here ready for Matsuri tomorrow, and they're gonna start unloading this truck and getting everything set up. This is kind of where like Sidex Japan will run an entire shop here. We're full of parts and tires and welders and everything you need to pretty much get your car fixed if you have a big accident at Matsuri. We'll be all up here at North Course. But that aside, we've got a lot of changes and things that have happened to the Chaser that I haven't told you guys about, so we need to have a chat. First thing I guess we should talk about is we have hood pins now. This was a spare bonnet that they had lying around at the shop, so this is what went on to replace the one that I smashed up at Mikawa. Brand new radiator. They were able to save the intercooler. It was just super bent, so they were able to kind of twist it back and straight. There's no cracks or holes in it, so no boost leaks, which is good. We got a brand new one of these from Toyota. This piece here kind of ties the whole front end together. They pulled everything out in here again. So you can see it's all been bashed back out and nice and straight. I seriously can't get over how many times I've literally been this thing now, and they've brought it back to life somehow. We got a nice little kind of bumper bash bar welded on here now that'll kind of help protect things a bit more. Now, I was hoping to have the Origin bumpers and side skirts in before Matsuri, but there's a bit of a delay right now, and that stuff's not going to arrive for like another month. So no front bumper for now, but we got that bash bar at least for a bit of protection. So all of the repairs aside, we've got a new turbo down in there, if you can see that. My old turbo started smoking a bit, and I mean, factory turbos can only run up to like really like 1 bar of boost, and then they start getting sketchy. So this was like a complete OEM replacement, just the compressor side. It still uses the factory turbine like housing. So what that means is it uses like, I guess like the OEM housing on the back, and it just kind of replaces the core and the front compressor housing. And I went with a billet wheel with 11 primary blades. So it should be a little bit more responsive and spool up a little bit faster. Plus this thing can hold upwards of like 3 kilo of boost, which is crazy. So more than enough for everything that this thing needs. Obviously we're still running stock ECU and stuff like that for now, so we're not going to be pushing any more than like 1.2 bar of boost out of this now. So it should be a nice little upgrade, make things reliable. My car's not smoking anymore, so that's a plus. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So we're going to go out on North Course. I'm going to do a few pulls and just kind of shake down and make sure the boost control is set right and we're not over boosting or anything crazy like that. And then we're going to go have a bit of fun and send it some. All right, hopefully you guys can see everything. Got you mounted on the helmet. Now, let's head out there. And we got to do a little bit of boost controller setting stuff. But otherwise, we should be good, I think. Just got to make sure this thing's not over boosting and set our levels. It should be okay. Up too, so we're gonna have to put some more air in the tires. But yeah, the boost is like stuck at 8, so I wonder if the controller's been mixed up. Alright, let's try that now. Increase the gain to just like a crazy amount, and if that doesn't increase anything, then we know the boost controller's not working. Nah, no way is this working. Nah. Yeah. Boost controller has no control. So I need to work out what's going on there. So some more changes. Let's see how it feels now. Feeling a lot more dialed right now. I've gotten the suspension pretty well perfect. Boost controller took me a while, but I've seemed to be able to get that to control really, really well. I think I just need to increase it a tiny bit more, maybe a little bit more in the gain, so like initially it's a bit more boom, but otherwise it's starting to feel really good. Like at that 1.1 bar mark, Circuit is a little bit more like chippy. Baby, woo! Feeling good now. Okay, temps are getting a bit hot. My car's stalling so much now. I really need to do something about that auto ECU. That's like my biggest issue in this thing right now. Now I'm happy about that. I'm really happy. I just forgot how hard you got to throw these things. What an epic day, seriously. Like, we got to check out all the repairs and give you guys updates on everything that's happening there from the earthquake. Then we got to do some driving. I got to dial in the car with all the new upgrades that we've done, and the car feels really, really good right now. There's only one major issue I'm having, and it is kind of a major issue, and that's because we jumped the gun a little bit and did a J-pipe delete with a factory ECU. All of you Jay-Z experts are sitting there face palming right now. Yeah, well, I'm not an expert, so yeah, mistakes were made. So if you don't know, if you do a J-pipe delete with a factory ECU, pretty much when you come off boost on a big entry, your engine stalls. You lose power steering in all that moment, and it can be dangerous if you got someone chasing. So I'm just gonna let my friends know to watch out for that, and I'm gonna be super conscious with my throttle work and just make sure I'm always on the throttle on an entry, heeling and towing and stuff like that if I need to use the foot brake, so that the motor doesn't stall and we don't have a big accident because I lost power steering and everything and come to an abrupt stop. But anyways, right now, I've actually got to drive to Nihonmatsu train station because I'm picking up my filmer and photographer for the Matsuri weekend. Yes, I balled out and I want to do some really cool videos. So keep an eye out for that stuff coming. But I think I'm going to wrap things up here. Thanks for watching, guys. Smash that like button, write us a comment, and subscribe. Next bunch of videos are all Matsuri content, so get excited. And let me know in the comment section. Do you think I'm going to crash the Chaser again? Like, crash it where it can't be driven crash? If it's like love taps here and there, that's fine. I mean, like, unable to drive crash. Let me know. I want to know what the consensus is. Anyways, guys, see you in the next one. Peace out. Ciao, mata.